America, America. We live in the greatest country in the world, focused on hate and racism across America. I want to thank Reverend Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton for helping to spread the hate. And thank you, Beyonce, for your moment of silence, butting your big, fat, cocaine-addicted nose into an issue you have no business even speaking to. How about giving a moment of silence to all the young kids stepping on IEDs in Iraq and Afghanistan, Libya, and soon-to-be Syria as a result of President Barack Obama's warmongering policies? Why don't we have a moment of silence for that? Well, the reason we don't is because nobody gives a shit. But what they do give a shit about is a black kid, oh wait a minute, not a kid, a 17-year-old man, yeah that's right, who they like to say was unarmed, which is a joke in and of itself because the reason you get a gun is to defend yourself from people that are unarmed. You can be unarmed and kill somebody with your bare hands. That's pretty easy to do, or a group can attack you unarmed, and that's why you have a gun for self-defense. You can also use concrete as a weapon. So, for all the haters out there that said there wouldn't be riots, there wouldn't be race riots, etc., and of course we predicted this with astute accuracy 18 months in advance. Just check our archives for the living will and the living proof. I've never seen more hate in America since President Barack Obama has been elected President of the United States. So, congratulations. And again, focus on the hate and the racism, because America wants to defend a black young man named Trayvon, who was a hater himself, calling Zimmerman a creepy-ass white cracker. A creepy-ass white cracker wearing a hoodie with his little baby Skittles and his iced tea. What a freaking joke. With corroborating eyewitness accounts from John Good that indicated the evidence that Trayvon was on top of George Zimmerman, beating the living shit out of him, the living daylights, before he shot the final blow that tragically ended Trayvon Martin's life. But you see, America thinks that's okay. America, well, they actually think that you should be able to beat somebody's head into concrete, that that's normal protocol to get back at the white man, even though George Zimmerman was Hispanic, for all the years of tyranny. Yet I have still never seen such racial divide in America since President Barack Obama has been elected, who, by the way, incriminated George Zimmerman by likening Trayvon Martin as if it was his own son, which is extremely anti-constitutional. And we should honestly slap President Barack Obama in the face for messing politically, because again, this is about politics, politicking, and creating racial divide in America. But you need to see some of these pictures here. This is pretty incredible. Again, to all the haters that said there wouldn't be riots, here we have Mail Online, America gripped by second night of fury over not guilty verdict for neighborhood watchman who shot black teenager armed. And of course, Beyonce had a lot to do with this because of her moment of silence, and she's so poppy. She's such a pop culture icon. Go girl! Go Beyonce! You poppy pop culture icon. Jay-Z, who Obama likens himself to, who was a former crack dealer himself. Just goes to show you what America gives a shit about. But here are the groundlings. Here are the dumbass sheeple congregating on the heels of Beyonce's comments like, oh yeah, you should be able to bang somebody's head into concrete. How dare somebody use self-defense? Is there any justice for Trayvon, a burglar who'd been suspended from school, pot-smoking, gun-toting loser who was this kid? And then you've got Jesse Jackson and the other losers, Democratic operatives, helping to divide America. So good job, Beyonce. Great job helping to incite the riots. Fantastic work. And again, while America is, too busy looking at this, over here, creating the all-too-big motherlode smokescreen in Los Angeles, shutting down the I-10 freeway, no one gives a shit about the kid stepping on IEDs overseas, but they give a shit about the kid who got shot because he was banging another guy's face into the friggin' concrete. And George Zimmerman, using his stand your ground law, shot the guy because he was fearing for his life. In the jury, 6 jurors, and a 6th juror who describes herself as black or Hispanic. I got a lot of people saying, well, Chris, that 6th juror wasn't black. Yeah, she was. You see, it's a double standard. America wants to say that George Zimmerman was white, even though he was half Hispanic. But I get it. I see what you're getting at, America. The 6th juror isn't black, even though she describes herself as black and Hispanic. So that's been corroborated by numerous sources. And again, while you're not paying attention to the truth, here we have Benjamin Netanyahu with a race to war in Iran. Again, Syria has very much been the gateway and is the gateway to Iran. While the world's eyes are fixed on Syria and Egypt, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is trying to push Iran's nuclear program back into the limelight. A month has passed since elections were held in Iran, and Iran continues to race toward the development of military, nuclear capability. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told the weekly cabinet meeting on Sunday. So, of course, this is the agenda. This is all a part of what's happening geopolitically. Again, focus on the smoke screen of Trayvon. Nobody gives a shit about all the other kids dying in the inner city streets of Chicago. There was probably 12 black kids whacked, legitimate kids, 13, 15-year-olds, since I've been broadcasting this video. No one gives a shit about that. Beyonce isn't doing moments of silence for those kids. No, they're not. Because they're a part of the Obama tyranny themselves. You know Jay-Z and Beyonce holding bubbly parties for Obama, the crack dealers themselves? Friggin' bullshit. Absolute bullshit and total tyranny. And the American people love this shit because they're a bunch of dumbass sheeple, baby. Bunch of dumbass, congregating, easily manipulated dumbasses. Welcome to America. The same dumbasses that re-elected President Barack Obama for a 2nd term. Just plain dumb. Honestly, the dumber America becomes, the more I want to leave this crap hole, this economic collapse, unstable, completely unstable, fraud-ridden, corrupt at the highest level of government, Washington and Wall Street crap hole. Notice how Big Sis got and stepped down the other day, too. More of the rats leaving the nest, America. Focus on the hate. There's never been more hate since President Barack Obama stepped into the White House. There's never been more death, more wars, more surveillance, and more racism in America. That's the friggin' hardcore truth. I'm Christopher Green. You've been watching Green Wave TV, alternative media television, and I just deliver the friggin' daily wave. Hard-hitting and in your face.